So sometimes when you have a sequence, you want to find the sum of some terms of that sequence or all the terms of the sequence. And before we actually go about calculating sums, we're going to look at how you write a sum in math notation, and that is called sigma notation. And so, for example, we have this first sequence. 1 squared, 2 squared, 3 squared, all the way up to 9 squared, and notice that it's plus. We're adding the numbers together, okay? So that does create a sum, and the symbol for the sum is a big E, but it's really a sigma. It's the Greek letter sigma, and that's the Greek letter for S, which stands for sum. So that's how you can remember that it's, going to be a sum of numbers. And then notice that we are adding the numbers from 1 up to 9. So this is like n equals 1, right? And this is n equals 2 in our sequence. And this one must be then n equals 9. So our numbers are going to go from 1 to 9. Now we don't really, on this, we're not going to use n here. We're going to say this is going to go k equals 1 to 9. Okay. So that tells us what numbers to plug in for n, and k is called our index. And we'll write all this down in a second. But now we have to define what we're going to have k do. So notice that in this sequence, it's like the first term is squared, then the second term squared, right? So whatever n is, we're going to square it. So our function, our sequence function, would be we want to have k squared. Okay, so this is the summation notation for this sequence, and what it's saying is find the sum of k squared when you plug in k equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. For the second sequence, we have 1, then 1/2, then 1/4, then 1/8, all the way to 1 over 2 to the n minus 1. They actually kind of give us the formula that we're going to use. And notice that our sequence, our n's, it's like n equals 1, n equals 2, and all the way to n equals n, right? So this is actually an infinite sum. So if we find the sum here, that's the sum from k equals 1 to n, okay, whatever n wants to be. And then we already are given the formula for finding each term. And so that is 1 over 2 to the n minus 1 power. And that is equal to writing out each term of the summation.